All right, let's see if this works.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, there we go.
If this works.
All right, so it looks like, I don't know why, but that USB port was not pulling in the audio. Let's see if it works for something else. Yeah, okay. Who knows? But I was trying to say earlier and could not say it because my microphone didn't want to work, but we've got a packed day of people on YouTube talking about comics. So I figured I'd kick the day off, start a little early. So after my show, Comics Talk Weekly is having a show. That's going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern, I believe. So that'd be 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. for the Pacific time. After him, we got the Power Pack on. Then we've got, I think Lords of the Long Boxes might be on at the same time as Power Pack. Then we've got East Meets West. And we've got Team Nerd Herd and Newbies Comics going on about the same time tonight. So I figured rather than trying to compete with all of that, I'd kick the day off with some Final Order Cutoff talk. Also, that gives you guys more time to put in your DC orders before they get cut off tonight, and more time to look at all the other orders before tomorrow. So let's get started. But if anybody's bored and wants to hop on in and talk about the Final Order Cutoff with me, I just dropped the link, so feel free. So let's pull this up. Let's go over to the previews website. So I like to throw this in here every time just to preface it. Most of you guys know what Final Order Cutoff is, but for those that don't, this is the date that these comics can no longer be ordered by your shop. So this is the last day to get your orders in for these and try to get them secured for cover price, whether that's through your shop, through an online retailer, and doing a pre-order with them. A lot of those online ones, you can get like 10 or 20% off when you put those pre-orders in. So it's a good way to secure the books that you're looking for without paying extra. Let's before I get directly into that, just want to say hey to everybody in the chat. Remy Q Studios is with us. All Strands Comic Collections with us. Azores Tigers in the house. And we've got, I think we just saw Wes is here. Pacino's here. Yeah, lots of good stuff this FOC. Yeah, man, if you want to join in, let me know. And if you need me to drop the link again later, let me know. Chip Getler, hey man, what's going on? So let's take a look at what's going on here at the FOC, and what we see first is Image's got a lot going on here. So let's dive into this. I didn't pick this one on the FOC picks. No, you good. You're good, Eric. Appreciate it though. I just figured I'm early, so not a lot of people want to get on YouTube and talk about things right now. But figured if anyone was looking to, feel free. So, hey man, you can just you can tell me fake facts about these books. Just pretend you know everything about them. So this one I wanted to talk about. I didn't talk about it last night on Spine Ticks, but this was probably like my next pick I would have gone for. As Deep Beyond #1, Mirka Andolfo, who we were actually talking about last night, is a great artist, is one of the writers for this book. And it's this kind of another creepy type of book, but it's underwater vibe going on. They say it's the 100 meets low with a hint of Death Stranding. So we got a sci-fi thriller series. It's already set to be 12 issues long. So we know how far the series is going to go. Probably going to be a one every month for the year. So that's our 2021 series right there, right? All of the covers are really cool. This is Andolfo did this cover. We've got this peach trade cover, right? And then, so even though that's trade cover, you think, okay, that's going to be the regular price cover. But no, the Virgin cover is also a regular price cover. So that blows my mind. And then there's a sketch version, black and white, that also is cover price. And I've looked this up on one of the online retailers and confirmed that all of them show up at that cover price. So this is something to look for if you're a fan of Peach. Yeah. It's just wild stuff. I think it's going to be a good read, but I also really dig the cover art on these. And this last one here is really cool too. I don't know this artist. I can't even say that. Stepan Sejic. I don't know, but this is just like crazy good art. Super creepy underwater vibes. I'm in on this series. I'm going to be putting in my orders for this, making sure I get all the covers. Probably going to see if I can get a good pre-order cover price, some sort of deal on the set. There's also a blank cover. I'm not as hyped about that, but if I really end up liking the series, that'd be cool to get someone to do a remark on. So moving on past that, we've got Firepower number 8. I've been really digging the Firepower series. This is a pretty cool cover for it too. Who did the cover art? Samney and Wilson. So I'm on this series. I'm in that one for the long haul. I think a lot of people are, given Kirkman's success with The Walking Dead and some of his other series. Yeah, that does look like the Kraken on the Deep Beyond book. Super cool cover. But yeah, so Kirkman, has been killing it on Firepower. So definitely keep an eye on that one if you haven't been looking at it. I don't know. Let's see. Graphic Fantasy, it says facsimile editions. This must be an old comic getting the facsimile version here. And I think there's issue 1 and 2 going on for that. I'm not going to be picking those up. Something interesting here, though, we got image firsts for Ascender, Bitter Root, Die, Philadelphia, Mercy, Old Guard, Undiscovered Country. So if any of those series were series that you wanted to read, but wait, what year are we in, man? Didn't that start this last year? 2020? I don't even know what year it is anymore. But if you haven't gotten to read any of these series and were thinking about reading them, especially like I think Die, it would be a good one. Philadelphia, I know Azor S. Tiger's a big fan of that one. But you haven't gotten to read those. Bitter Root too. I think I'm going to pick up the Bitter Root one because I missed out on Bitter Root. So, this is the time to pick those up. They're $1. You get to read the story. And sometimes, in the long run, those ones that really become popular, then kind of the reprint dollar books can become a little popular, but I want to look at picking these up as an investment opportunity. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be interesting too. Because I watched the Netflix movie for Old Guard, but I have not gotten to read the comic, so I might pick that up also. It's not a bad idea. So another one that I'm reading, Inkblot. It's hitting issue number 6. So I wonder if that's going to be the end of the story arc or not. The cat's unraveling the fabric of reality. So cat doing cat things. So I don't know. That's my Inkblot's my fun read every time I get it. Super light, nothing like dark or anything. And I read a lot of other comics that get pretty dark. I don't even know what year it is anymore. So yeah, movie was great for Old Guard. Great movie. So let's keep moving on here. So we got a Spawn Compendium. We've got, I don't know what series this is. Tartarus. Anybody in the chat reading this one? I don't even know if I've seen this series before. And then they say collector's alert. There's a variant cover by renowned fine artist Sunny Asu, which would be this one. Which, I mean, yeah, that's a pretty cool cover. But I don't know anything about Tartarus, and I don't know if any of you guys know anything about it either. But there it is. It's on issue number 9. With a pretty cool variant cover there. And of course, we got The Walking Dead Deluxe Edition. It's on issue number 8. I'm not reading that solely for the fact that I knew how many books I was. Yeah, here, let me drop that link again. Solely because I knew how many books I'd have to collect to go through The Walking Dead, and I couldn't do it. Maybe I'll pick up the color trades or something, or if they do like the omnibus kind of stuff again, I'll pick that up and read it through the color version. But I can't go and collect that many. Excuse me. Can't collect that many books for The Walking Dead when it's kind of, it's already happened. But that's my view on it. They've had some really cool covers. I think the connecting covers ended at issue number 6. So we'll move on to Dark Horse. And so we've got something from Avatar, which is not Avatar: The Last Airbender, but the James Cameron movie. And we've got a new series called Fear Case, which is Matt Kindt. And I know Comics Talk Weekly is a big fan of Matt Kindt. I liked him. I want to say he did. What did he do? Folklords, I believe, from Boom. So it was pretty cool. Yeah, it's hard to get into the story when I've already watched it on TV. I know it's different in the comics, but it's hard to get into doing that. And let's say hey to my guests here, All Strands Comic Collection. Say what's up.
What up, man?
What's going on?
Oh, just enjoying the Sunday. I got the new Yay Area shirt from my cousin, so I got to support that.
Nice.
How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Starting the day off with, talking about comics. Only way to do it, right?
That's how to do it.
You have some new stuff in the background there?
The
stuff in the middle? Is that new?
Oh, you know what I do? I got a couple of statues for Christmas. So there's this penguin.
Nice.
Who's fantastic. It's only like a $40 PVC statue. I'll review it eventually.
Yeah.
And I also got this Scarecrow one that as soon as I opened it, I dropped it, so I broke him. But
oh no.
Also awesome. And I'm still trying to set everything up and get it, done right. But
Yeah.
I'm very lazy.
Nah, it looks good back there though.
Thanks, man. I've been waiting on a Sideshow art print for months now. I can't wait to get that one. But yeah, what is it? Future order cutoff?
The final order cutoff.
Final order cutoff.
Yeah.
Course, yes, I know all about it.
Yeah. So this is like, so I see, is that Lucille I see in the background there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I stopped drinking 4 years ago, and that was my wife's 1 year no drinking present.
Nice. That's a cool present, a cool way to commemorate that.
Right, with some violence.
Hey, so you're a big Walking Dead fan?
I'm not a huge Walking Dead fan. I love Negan. Negan was like one of my favorite characters on television. I mean, I liked his style. I dress very similar. Maybe not the like smashing people's head style, but I mean,
yeah,
he was entertaining, man. I love me some Negan. I got kind of burned out on Walking Dead though after, I don't know, 6. I don't even know where they're at now. I stopped watching a few seasons ago.
Maybe 7 or 8. I don't. Yeah, I've forgotten. It also got this last one. The last episode didn't happen when it was supposed to because of the pandemic and everything. They didn't get to finish like some edits or something, and so it got pushed to October. And I don't think I ever watched it actually.
Trying to think if there are any shows I'm like huge on right now. I don't think there's anything big on TV right now.
So when Negan pops back up in the deluxe versions of The Walking Dead, are you gonna pick those up?
I own one Walking Dead comic, and it's just a what do you call it? A variant or whatever from my local LCS. It was like the #1, but it was like he was smashing the front of my comic store.
Gotcha.
It's the only one I own.
I got
If I were to get, I have that Negan one-off or whatever.
Negan Lives.
Yes,
something like that.
Those I could see getting. I'm moving more and more old school with my collection. Very little modern now.
Yeah, are you going for like the Batman older stuff?
Batman and Marvel. I'm doing both. Batman's definitely like right now. I decided to change it. Have my DC stuff in the garage here. I moved all the Marvel stuff inside. So I don't really prefer one over the other totally, but old school Joker, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I knew you were a Batman Joker kind of guy.
Absolutely. All the comic book dudes, I usually drawn to the crazy villains more, but love all the normal stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's always something interesting. It's like how did they get to being that way as a villain, and like what's their like driving factor and all that. It's interesting.
Absolutely, a crazy person's backstory. It's always entertaining.
Yeah. So this
Thanks for having me on, dude. This is awesome.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Feel free to like add any commentary as you want. If there's something funny on the cover you want to talk about, or like
you don't want me doing that. Dude, I love.
As long as it's not gonna get the channel pulled down, I'm cool with it, man.
I love that you called me out yesterday. I've been waiting. I was like, I'm doing these YouTube videos coming up with total BS stories, and nobody's saying like, hey, that's not true, right?
Maybe they don't know.
Which is even better, right? I think that's even funnier.
Or people are just like, huh, I'm gonna have to look that up, and then they forget. And
dude, I hope it like somehow logs in their memory and they think that that's true. They're telling their grandkids and stuff. That'd be the best.
This is what happened. But you always started out with, it sounds like somewhat believable.
You got to add that like little bit to where it might be. Like for the Batman one. Sorry, I'm like taking your show off the rails. You want
you're good. I always
the
go off a little bit.
The
So
Batman one, I had read an article a long time ago about a guy who started dressing up like a bat, and they didn't know how much that might have influenced the comic. And so I just kind of picked a little bit from that, saying like the original guy owned some tenant building. I don't even remember what I said now. He was trying to get the tenants out so he could charge more rent. So he started dressing up like a bat to scare everybody away, but they ended up falling in love with the Batman, so it backfired on him. And this is back in the 30s, and I say then he turned around and sold the rights to Batman to Danny DeVito and Michael Keaton in 1989. And it was perfect. My cousin Travis does all the editing. He perfectly set it up where when I said Michael Keaton and Danny DeVito, he put like an old school family photo up. It was like a man and his wife or something. Oh man, Travis knows it. Travis takes like I'll have a little good idea. Travis will make it great.
That's awesome. It's a good team there then.
Very lucky.
Yeah, so we'll talk about this real quick. Fear Case. This is from Dark Horse, which I don't think I'm picking up anything from Dark Horse right now. This actually kind of sounds interesting. It's another indie-ish horror series, so but it's also a detective series. No nonsense secret service agent, new age partner investigate a mysterious box known as the Fear Case, which has appeared throughout history at sites of disaster and tragedy. Whoever comes into possession of it must pass it on within 3 days or face deadly consequences. Agents must track down the case while staying one step ahead of a psychotic cult and otherworldly forces behind the case's existence. So, I mean, that just sounds like a fun read.
Absolutely. I think a lot of mystery boxes can lead to fear cases of gonorrhea.
The thing that this reminds me of is like The Ring a little bit, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's like you got to like, what was it? You had to like show it to somebody else within 7 days or.
Right, that's right. They had to watch that VHS tape.
Yeah.
That was in like a lodge or something.
Yeah.
The first one was good.
Yeah, I never watched it. I got the my version of The Ring from was that Scary Movie 3 or something? I got the comedy version of it. It was great.
There you go. That's usually even better.
Yeah.
I think Scary Movie 2 probably has one of the funniest openings of all time. I think that's the one, right, with James Woods, and he's going in to do the Exorcist thing.
Possibly.
Man, if you guys haven't seen that, you got to Google Scary Movie 2 opening. It's James Woods is perfect. It's hilarious.
The one that for whatever reason I've seen like a million times is 3. Like for years they kept playing it on TV, and so I'd catch parts of it here and there just all the time.
Is 3 the one with Charlie Sheen and they're doing like signs?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think I saw that one on TV a lot too.
Yeah. But yeah, so Fear Case, there's 3 covers here. I'm partial to this black cover because that's always hard to, get like a real crisp copy of. Let's see.
The coolest looking one to me too.
Yeah, like this is cool, but I don't know. It's not as cool as that cover A. So I do
on my phone that I can see that look like Hitler. Oh, now I can see better. Definitely not.
Yeah, he has a little bit longer of a mustache. But yeah, so just looks like just the 3 covers, no like ratios. I don't think Dark Horse really does ratios. We got a video game book here. Excuse me, Overwatch. The pass for me.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that one.
We got.
It might take me a couple seconds to say something because I'm filming on my phone, but I have a little Chromebook going, and it's about 5 seconds behind because I can't.
I got see. So yeah, so you're on par with the chat then.
Right. Yeah, because I can't see it on the camera, so I got to look over here.
I got you. You're good. I'll just say hi to some people that joined us: Hyper Combo Comics and Comic Con. Yeah. Okay, so Kent did do Folklords. That's what I thought. Definitely a different, gonna be a different style there. So moving on to IDW. People have liked Kanto. I haven't read Kanto, so I don't really have much to say there. But it's wrapping up Kanto 2. So
I know nothing about it at all. I saw that Kanto 1 went for like insane money, and I think that's the only thing I ever even heard about it.
Yeah, I think I knew that, and then there was some variant, I think, for Kanto 2, maybe it was issue 1, that like had a error or something with the printing, and that went like crazy.
Yeah.
That's all I really know. There's a new series from IDW, Chained to the Grave.
Anybody in the chat read that Kanto? Kind of curious. He looks like a little video game character or something to me.
Hyper Combo says it was dope. Story has heart.
What's up, Hyper Combo?
So
Hyper Combo's always got dope books.
Yeah, definitely does. So what we got here? Chained to the Grave. I don't know any of these creators. Brian Level, Andrew Eschenbach, and Kate Sharon. Outlaw Roy Mason back from the dead, chained to the headstone that marked his grave. It's a lawless time, a magical time, and the undead Roy soon finds himself caught between a rock and a hard place as he sets out in search of treasure. But Roy, trying to do right by the wife and children he left behind, soon finds out that everything is not always as it seems. Tale of intrigue, murder, magic, and the good old Wild Wild West.
The good old Wild Wild West. Chained to the Grave sounds like a good 90s metal band name.
Yeah, it really does.
Right?
Spot on there. There we go. Hyper's got the Kanto info. Kanto Volume 2 ratio incentives where the error were 1 in 10 and the 1 in 25. Issue 1 of Volume 2.
Word
up.
Yeah.
Chained to the Grave definitely sounds like a 90s metal band.
For sure.
Seemed like an interesting. I don't think we've got any like series going on that have that kind of vibe that one's given off. You know, Wild West, magic.
He must be magically chained to the grave, right? Because we don't do that with bodies.
Right, or because people are coming back to life, they chained him to the grave.
Oh, that's a good theory.
Yeah, that seems kind of interesting. Maybe that's a read it and see what's going on. We got Goosebumps. We got G.I. Joe Real American Hero Yearbook. Yearbook doesn't sound like a new comic, but it's a reprint of Yearbook number 1. All right.
That'd be funny to have a G.I. Joe yearbook and you have people from like the bad guys writing little nasty things on the good guys' pictures and stuff.
Right.
Like, I hope you die this summer.
Instead of have a good summer. Oh man. Yeah, so we got Judge Dredd finishing up a 4-issue series. We got a trade paperback for Marvel Action Avengers. We got My Little Ponies on issue number 95.
That's what's up.
Did not see that coming.
My Little Pony's still going from the 80s somehow. That's fantastic.
I didn't know it had reached that many comics. That's crazy.
Right.
This one's been fun. Sea of Sorrows, and I say fun, I mean like dark and dark and creepy. But
my kind of book.
Yeah, this is really cool. The black background on the cover has been really cool. Like the way that they do just showing the darkness of the sea, even in the book too, is just like this cover.
Oh, fantastic. Is that a guy trying to leave a sinking ship?
So what they're doing in the book is there's a shipwreck that's got a crap ton of gold or something.
Oh, okay.
And so they're trying to go in and get the gold from the shipwreck. But it's like precariously perched on something in the water.
Oh.
And so they go down and they're trying to put some like buoys to balance it out. So when they pull out the gold, it's not going to do what's happening on the cover.
Gotcha.
But there's also these creatures down there that are either mermaids or sirens. I'm thinking more siren than mermaid because they're singing and kind of, like trying. It seems like they're lulling the men of the ship down to their deaths.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
Hey, now that I think about it, I saw Sea of Sorrows in the 90s. They opened up for a Chain to the Grave.
They open up a chain to the what?
They opened up for Chain to the Grave.
There we go. Yeah, we got the back-to-back metal bands here. Chained to the Grave with opening act Sea of Sorrows. I love it.
It was a great show. It was a good show.
Yeah. Man,
the first show I ever crowd surfed at.
This is a picture of you crowd surfing at that concert.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly how I remember it. Have you ever crowd surfed?
I have not. I've been there when people were crowd surfing above my head.
Nice.
I feel like it's more fun to be the crowd surfer than the one helping the people crowd surf.
Totally. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So if you look real closely at this, that's the mermaid siren creature. Actually, you see like hands here.
Okay, so it's
then the tail.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. It's like I don't know. Reading issue 2, it got pretty creepy, and it was great. It was really
nice.
Good.
It's good premise.
We got some guy who can't draw feet right here. Liefeld doing his G.I. Joe Snake Eyes dead game. Probably a really good book for G.I. Joe fans. Not exactly my thing, but
there's some cool aspects to G.I. Joe. I never, even when I was a kid, I'd watch it or whatever, but I was never like full on G.I. Joe guy.
Yeah,
the toys were the best. They had the best little action figures, but yeah, I never really got into the story. I was a Knight Rider kid.
Yeah, I feel like I had some like G.I. Joe action figures when I was younger, but honestly, I don't even remember watching the show or anything. I think my parents are like, "Oh, hey, here's some like some army men or something." I don't know. But this is some stuff we didn't get to talk about last night on Spine Ticks, Star Wars. So there's just the regular Star Wars Adventures books coming out. It's a cool like Wookiee cover going on here. That's really cool. I don't know if there's anything significant right now going on in this story. Sith Lordly would probably know better. And I
think this is the one where they finally shaved Chewbacca so he can sneak into the Rebel base. I'm almost positive Sith would know.
Yeah, we're gonna have a Spine Ticks crowd surfing edition. So what will happen is I'll be on the top of the like however many frames we got, and then the people below me are just gonna be like, I'll lay out.
Then you can tell us all below me.
What's up? Swing with me. So now, there's another cover for that one also, and there's probably like a 1 in 10. There's always a 1 in 10 for these.
Star Wars is cracking, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a 1 in 10. Oh, so it's a black and white cover version of cover A. That's kind of cool. That might actually be better than the cover A.
Yeah, I like it better. I'm almost always a sucker for the black and whites.
Yeah, but this is I think so we had Star Wars High Republic #1 come out this week, and that went crazy, right? So why would we not think that Star Wars High Republic Adventures is going to go crazy too, right?
Anything with that SW, man, is All going crazy.
Yeah. So, this is targeted at a younger audience, but it's still Star Wars. We're probably going to get new characters in here. We have, it says, Flaming Destruction's coming to Triment 4. A remnant of the hyperspace disaster appears in the sky, and Keen and her best friend Crix have only minutes to get to the Elders of the Path find safety. Meanwhile, Master Yoda, Master Barrow, and a group of Padawans are racing towards disaster for a daring rescue mission. This character on the front looks like the girl from Star Wars High Republic 1, but it might not be. I believe her name was Keeve Trennis. They don't mention her name, but she's a Padawan. So possibly that's another new character. Master Barrow wasn't in that other book, so speculation wise, if you're looking for Star Wars first appearances, which that's what people are looking for right now.
Yeah.
So Comic-Con saying he doesn't think this one will be as big, and I agree it won't be as big, but I still think there's so much hype right now that people are gonna.
This one's. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
So you said this one's more geared towards kids. So is this more like the Batman Adventures Continues style?
Kind of. I haven't read any of the like Star Wars Adventures books really. Sith's probably read them and could tell us a little bit more. But from my understanding, it's geared maybe like that younger teen kind of area, if not younger than that. But it's Star Wars. People are going crazy for Star Wars. There's been some like first appearances in these types of books too. So the second that they turn High Republic into TV show, movie, whatever, that that the market blows up.
Yeah.
Let's see. Got Azores Tiger surfing in. Swing with Me says I made it to it alive on my way to the slave shop. Oh man.
Better get to work.
Well, thanks for popping in before you had to go to the slave shop.
Good luck. Sounds like you're in for a rough day of work.
And then so looking at other covers for this, there's a 1:10 ratio with Yoda on the front.
Yeah, that guy looks familiar.
Yeah. So this is a young Yoda.
That's young?
Yeah. I mean the time period he's supposed to be young, but honestly he looks drawn like he's
like 330.
Yeah, instead of like 900 something. 900's when he died, but
wow, really?
Somewhere around 900. I don't remember the exact number. What's up, Louis the 13th? Oh, that was me panel surfing, not Azores Tiger surfing. Oh man. All right, let's see. Is there another ratio for this or not? No. All right. I keep showing that. We'll get to that one. Jenica, for you TMNT fans that like the female turtle. She's on issue 4.
Star Wars cover up for a second. It looked like they were tiny on the front of a guitar.
Oh, yeah, and I think that was what popped up was like Star Wars Adventures number 5 or 6, so it's not even one that's on this week.
Uh-huh.
What I was doing, so what I do on here is like sometimes they'll hide the ratio variance, like it'll be one number over if you change the URL at the top. So I do that, and then sometimes something random pops up instead of what I'm looking for.
Like a hacker.
Yeah, but then we've got Last Ronin number 2.
How's that been?
So I liked issue 1. I'm not a big turtle person. I don't I don't read the regular Turtles series. I grew up with the Turtles. My brothers were actually bigger into the Turtles than I was. And Azores Tiger, you gotta talk with Roberto and get that latte. Got Roberto with the latte. But I liked it. I don't know if I'm gonna continue reading it though, because as you see, like middle of the screen there, it's a $9 book.
Yeah, this is only issue 2.
Yeah. So issue 1 came out. We've had a second print come out for it. I think the third print's coming out like next week or the week after. And now we're finally getting issue 2.
Wow.
There's been major delays with this book. Yeah, Hyper saying they need to do better with the release dates.
No kidding.
But yeah, I'm like, it's a $9 book. I'm not a super invested Turtle fan. I get 2 comics for that price.
Yeah, totally.
I read issue 1 because I really wanted to just organically read it and know who the last Ronin was. That could have been wrong. What happened at the end of that? They might have just been trying to mislead us, but
right. Yeah, you're the only person I hit up, and I was like, "Hey, so who was it?"
Yeah, I mean that's why I read it, was just so I could know. We've got a 1 in 10 by. So why does it says Sophie Campbell here, but cover artist here says Kevin Eastman. But that's a pretty cool cover, and it's all black.
That is cool.
So I don't know who the actual artist is, because it kind of looks like Eastman, but they call it the Sophie Campbell cover here. Maybe
I'm of zero help for that.
So that
help with Doris out. Hey man, just to let you know, instead of coffee, meth ends up being a lot more financially sound. You'll be awake for days.
Yeah. Yeah, if I read it, I'll probably read it digital.
See, meth is good like that, because you could do some meth and then stay up and read like 2 omnibuses.
2 omnibuses. Oof. Yeah, I haven't even gotten through. I'm reading the Saga omnibus. So it's all 54 issues.
Yeah, there you go.
That's I still got a little ways to go. Oof. So Remy, I guess depends on what you're looking for. You're looking for story, or are you looking for spec? Because I think there's a different answer for both of those. Spec, I haven't gotten here yet, but we're getting there. I think this is the spec book of the week, because this has just gone crazy, right? Lots of people are really specking on that.
That book went nuts, man.
Nobody
crazy.
So sorry, I had 2 cups of coffee.
Oh, you don't need any meth then.
It's pretty equivalent. What's up, Bricks?
I went to my LCS to pick that book up just for the heck of it, because I love the cover, and I was there Wednesday, right when they opened, and they were like, "Oh yeah, they're long gone." Like within the first hour, they were gone.
Yeah, Remy, if you want to come on, pop on. I just dropped the link again. So story, I think, is going to be between the image book I was showing earlier, Deep Beyond, and some Boom books that we're going to talk about in a little bit.
Chain to the Grave and Sea of Sorrows seem like they might be good.
Yeah, I really like what's happening in Sea of Sorrows. But I guess I'm looking at like what's the next good story read that's coming out.
Gotcha.
We've got several things coming out that are number ones. So Remy's joining us.
What's up?
What's up?
What up?
We've seen each other face to face.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah, I want to spread a little bit of love.
I like that background. I like it.
Yeah, I was working on it while I was watching y'all. So
let's
Oh, that's awesome.
Let's just throw this up here. It'll go. There we
Nice.
go.
I figured it would be appropriate for the chat. I mean, why not? Again, I'm spreading some love. We got to represent, right?
Appreciate it. I love it. It's a cool hat too.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, that is a dope hat.
Yeah, so I actually, and I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, because I pick up a lot of slabs, I pick up a lot of Silver Age, Bronze Age, not really big on anything new coming out, and I hear stuff all the time. Obviously, just being in different channels and chats.
Yeah.
But that's what I was wondering. Like for you, I mean, if there was something, I don't know, either that you could recommend, or even if it was something that maybe you thought, something new was coming out and you weren't quite sure on it, like what do you think I could go out and get story wise? I mean, spec, I'm not real big on picking up spec books. So
yeah. So story. So were you in the chat when I talked about this one, Deep Beyond?
Yes. Yeah. That actually is when you had mentioned that was one that again kind of piqued my interest a little bit, because I was like, oh wow, this definitely seems like it'd be.
So for me, like new story, if you're looking to hop on to something, you want to start a new story, that would be one. And then I've got 2 books, probably one over one of the others in the Boom area that I think are good stories that are coming out. So it's funny. So we were talking about this last night on Spine Ticks. We look at this, there's Boom Studios, and there's just this trade paperback. Well, okay, that's weird. They put out more than just that in these orders. It's all like thrown into this area, comics and graphic novels. So let me pull them out here.
It's good that you can navigate through it then, because you've got some tricks. I've never been to this website. So.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's come with looking at this every week to try to find what I want to make sure I get, what things I want to read, and look for those speculation kind of things. And so this series, I think, probably over the other that's from Boom. It's called Luna. So fans of Faithless and Die is a new dark thriller from Maria Lovett about a woman named Teresa who's plagued by prophetic dreams that connect her to something powerful, something divine. When Teresa fatefully crosses paths with the family of the Sun, she believes them to be exactly what everyone else in the late 60s would expect, a hippie cult whose leaders claim to have met the divine. But secret blood rituals, powerful drugs, and sex runneth amok will bring Teresa face to face with the truth about the family, herself, and the dark secret behind her dreams. Immortality, magic, and alchemy and the true power of enduring love collide in this new series for mature readers. So this one seems like an interesting thing, and it's a 5-issue series.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're into like the that 60s kind of vibe plus magic. But if you're only like, hey, what cover do I pick up? This one. This is a Jenny Frison cover, and her art's just like amazing. But so for me, this is like a combo of great art and great story potential.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So probably. I was gonna say probably new story wise. Those are my 2.
Running amok, that usually sounds like an interesting, fun story, but I just don't. I'm not with the hippie stuff, so I'm out.
Yeah. I can see people are either really gonna like the hippie aspect, or really that's gonna turn them off from the book.
Yeah. Sure, it'll do well in Berkeley over here.
Wait, what did oh yeah, so let's just to address some comments here. Hyper Combo Firepower starts a new arc with issue 7. That's correct, but AWA stuff is in that same area here.
Hey, Remy, did you win something yesterday?
I did, yes.
I see Professor Comics here say, didn't Allstrand and Remy win yesterday in your giveaway? Mighty fishy. So Professor Comics, you don't know, but in the backstage stuff, Sparks told us that he'll let us win, but we have to come on this morning and do
part
this.
of part of the contract. So
we're just filling in our side.
No, this is all spontaneous.
yeah.
Just kidding.
What's going to be interesting is next week, because then I have to review the books that I was suggested this week, and you find out what Remy thinks.
Just from Azores Tiger PSA there, you can get Last Ronin cheaper at tfaw.com.
That's what's up.
Swing With Me is saying, damn, I got to read this. I believe to what was that called again, Luna?
What's up, No Good Comics?
So yeah. Welcome in, Professor. Thanks for coming in. I'm sorry you were not one of the winners yesterday. Yeah, maybe I need to get everybody who won to just pop on right now. really keep that conspiracy theory going. And we'll have the Department of Truth coming in here and trying to take us down.
It's definitely a conspiracy theory filled time with that book.
It's a good book.
No, it's not. The book is terrible.
I remember your review.
I reviewed it. Go watch it. I hate that book.
No, I'll tell you on issue 1. What's good, no good. Issue 1, I did feel kind of similarly.
Let me just explain real quick, just so I can get this out there. The reason I don't like the book is because it had so much potential, so much story stuff already built into it, and then they ruined it with a certain aspect. I guess I won't spoil it, but it looked like it could have been set up for perfection, and in my opinion, they totally blew it, and I don't want anything to do with it now.
I know what you're talking about, because when I
like it was so
read
close.
it wasn't what I was expecting based on how they described it.
Totally. And that would have been good with the bunch of the even like sci-fi type stuff. That would have been fine, but man, they had it so close. It's like when you get it so close and then you mess it up is more upsetting than when you're way off with your shot.
Yeah. Remy, I know you aren't really catching too much of the new stuff, but did you pick up any of those new like series like the Department of Truth or any of those kind of hot stories?
I'm going literally. I mean, for what we're discussing today, that's going to be this is where I start right now.
Okay, awesome. That's pretty cool.
I mean, my channel definitely again it focuses more on a lot of the older stuff. I don't have like a lot of new reviews or anything, but I am interested in it. So I'm leaning heavily on what you suggest today, and I'm gonna go and check it out. So we'll see what we got.
Oh man, no pressure.
I'll have to check your channel out, Remy. I'm definitely going more old school with my collection.
Oh yeah. We've got we wrote through a lot of different stuff. So
I mean, that's the great thing about the comic community is there's no wrong way to collect. Like you collect the things you like. You like the old stuff, go for the old school stuff. You want to get a mix of old school and new stories. You do that.
Like I picked this one up yesterday and the day before.
Nice.
Silver Surfer #2.
Wait, let's
Oh, you don't have to do all that. It was all good. I was just gonna show you quick. Silver Surfer #2.
Nice.
I just was like stoked to start getting the older stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, Remy, if you want to.
That's the last one I'll show.
I'll let you do it. Ooh, Red Skull cover there.
Old school Red Skull. They had two of
sweet.
them.
Yeah. Not a new series, but you probably heard this one being talked about. Something's Killing the Children is definitely a good read. So if you're just looking for the read and want to get the trade paperbacks, I think that's a good one.
I'm definitely gonna have to get the trade for that one. I missed out on I started collecting like right when the first one came out, but I didn't hear anything about it until like 2 weeks later. Then it was impossible to get.
Yeah, and the trade, I think they just reissued the Volume 1 trade, so those should be pretty readily available now. And then volume 2 came out for the trade for that. So
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like that's kind of what you have to do with a lot of these. It's like you have to wait for the trade. Like if you missed it, then I mean, you just missed it. You're not going to be able to piece it together.
Yeah,
after that, so.
Right.
some of these stories just take off, and like
Yeah.
first issue's gone, and even the reprints like fly off the shelves, and it's like just want to read the story. But welcome Phil, Comics Talk Weekly, who's going on in an hour from now on his channel. And his I actually put in the description of what's happening after this show for those of you that just want to sit and watch YouTube all day long.
It's a good day for it.
He's on after me. Power Pack follows that on Joey Does Comics channel, and then Team Nerd Herd and Newbies Comics tonight. So lots of things going on.
Comics Talk Weekly added another comment after that was hilarious. He says he can use those comics he bought to insulate his refrigerator box.
There we go.
That's good thinking. That's
Phil's,
good thinking.
Phil's great. If you guys haven't checked his channel out, he's got the perfect like YouTube voice.
The
like,
sultry sounds of Comics Talk Weekly.
Yeah. Yeah. Issue 5 of Something's Killing the Children's taken off recently. It's insane. But yeah, this is another good book to read. We only find them when they're dead. Maybe it hasn't taken off as much as some of the others in terms of like flying off the shelves. But if you like space kind of story, sci-fi stuff, that would be a good one. So it all depends on like what genre you're looking for, because there's so many different ones out there now.
Yeah. Oh, like I said, I enjoy a mix, so I'm just trying something different.
Yeah, absolutely. DC Comics is coming back to ordering through Diamond. Distribution's not through Diamond, but ordering is. So actually, I don't know if that ends up changing the final order cutoff date for them or not. Actually, I think that moves DC back to Monday. I'll have to look into that because it's on this page. It says orders are due on the 11th. So that might be good because there's just been this divide. You know, DC's due on Sunday night. Everything else is due on Monday. And like shops trying to get their orders in through different people has been crazy. But we see DC return to orders being done through Diamond, but all the processing and shipping and all that distribution is still through, I want to say it was Lunar or something that they went to. I'm not a big DC person, so I kind of lose track of what they've been doing. But that being said, we know some of these Future State books got pretty hot. So Future State, this is all these Future State books that just came out have second prints that are reminiscent of those designer covers that Jimenez did, but these are done by Dan Mora, the artist of Once and Future, which is also another great indie story. So we've got one for Dark Detective, we've got one for Harley Quinn, we've got one for Swamp Thing, which had a bunch of first appearances in it. Future State, the next Batman, so that's the first appearance of Tim Fox as Batman. The Wonder Woman one's probably the one to get, I think. And then there's Future State Next Batman #2 second print also. I don't think that's even come out yet, so I don't know what they're doing. But people got hyped about those two books in particular, and I think some people were saying that the Swamp Thing book was a really good read. But I don't know a whole lot about any of them. I picked up the Frizen cover for Wonder Woman because that was pretty cool. I got that one here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, nice.
I just love her art. It's incredible.
What do you guys think of the movie?
I haven't seen it. Remy, did you watch it?
I haven't finished it. I know that sounds bad. It doesn't mean that it was bad, but I started it and I wasn't able to finish it. Had nothing to do with the movie itself. That's why I was going to avoid the question because I was like, I'm going to say it's going to sound bad, but yeah.
No, I mean,
It wasn't like I watched it, fell asleep or anything. I had to leave, and so yeah, I wasn't able to finish it, but I plan to. So
I'm trying to watch some other stuff right now. Like I never watched the Clone Wars all the way through, the animated show, so I've been trying to watch that. So I haven't even gotten to even thinking about watching the Wonder Woman movie, and the reviews are so like mostly negative that it kind of bumped it down my list of like what I want to watch.
Yeah, a lot of people weren't happy.
I've heard there's been some good aspects of the movie, or like Gal Gadot did a great job again, as always, as Wonder Woman.
I didn't even watch the first one. I have no intention of watching the second one, but just based on what I've seen, she seems like the perfect Wonder Woman, right?
Swing with me is swinging out. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, no, like you said, it just sounds like people haven't really enjoyed it, but I've heard they're like very like specific highlights from the movie that were excellent.
Yeah.
But that's like the highlight from what's on here. We've got Green Lantern also. There's not a lot. A Future State Justice League, and then some trade paperbacks and hardcovers going on here. So not too much in terms of new books for DC. So let's move on to Marvel. And so like I was saying earlier, spec wise, people are going to like eat this up because it's the second print and it's great art. But otherwise, I mean, story, I read Spider-Man. It's on my pull list. Nothing significant happened in this issue.
Right? It's just about the cover, right? Nothing big happens.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is just like Patrick Gleason came up with the best Spider-Man cover like that's come out in recent time. And so people just lost it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the New Mutants yet either. I don't know how that was. I heard Magic was great, and otherwise, not everything else kind of wasn't. But again, I gotta catch up on some of these. But so there was a Virgin cover of this that was on Patrick Gleason's website that sold out in like 30 minutes. There was 2,500 copies. And then there's a 1 in 50 variant.
Oh, that's dope.
Which super cool. It's like the sketch cover, right?
Right.
But $120.
What?
Right.
That's steep, man.
I mean, it's not that bad. It comes signed and graded and everything, right?
No.
Shoot.
$120. You don't even know if it's going to be near mint. You
just get busted up corners and everything. It's got a lot of rub on that white background.
Yeah. That's going to rub something and then boom. Like,
sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying that's crazy for what it's only big for the cover. Like, of course, it's a phenomenal cover. It looks awesome. Sketch variant looks incredible. I'd say that's about $115 too expensive, but
yeah, I mean, reasonable price usually is for any sort of ratio that's not going to be hot is ratio or lower, so $50 or less. If it's going to be hot, sometimes I can see up to like 80.
I can see that if there's like something in the book that can make it jump up, like a new character or something crazy happens. Totally.
Yeah.
But just for the cover, and I'm a total covers guy. But that's even $50 would have been pushing it
Colorblind people have it so good when it comes to this game. Oh man, they all look the same. What?
That's fantastic.
Got me cracking up here. All right.
It's pretty crazy, especially since you said nothing significant happens in the book. I haven't read it, so it's
56. I think had more happen in it than 55. 55 was supposed to be like the conclusion of the story, but it really concluded in 56. So I don't know why they set it up like that, but great cover. I love it. I'm gonna get that second print because I love the cover. I ordered the version from Patrick Gleason's website, so I like the art. I'm gonna put it up on the wall.
Jackie Gleason's nephew?
Is it whose nephew?
Jackie Gleason?
Jack Gleason? I have no idea.
That joke might be a little too old for this room. Jackie Gleason from the Honeymooners from like the 50s, 60s.
Your audio is a little distorted there for a second.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. That's why I was like, wait, what are you saying? So looking at Marvel, Avengers 42 is getting into this whole Phoenix thing, battle to decide who will be the new Phoenix. I'm not reading Avengers. This is just like a mini Avengers event going on, it looks like. But if you were collecting the Alex Ross covers, we got another one here. And this, like, we thought we were done with the Alex Ross covers, but here we go. Here's Hawkeye now. They forgot about him before, I guess.
Everybody does.
Poor Hawkeye.
Those Alex Ross covers are phenomenal, but I almost like refuse to even buy one because then I knew I'd have to buy all of them.
Yeah. I mean, I think the only one I got was the Spider-Man one because I was reading Spider-Man.
So it has some good resistance to be able to get one to stop.
Yeah, like I couldn't justify going and collecting all those covers. Great art.
That was always my problem. Is I never knew when to stop. That's why I had to stop drinking.
Yeah.
Keep going, more. I want more. I want more Alex Ross.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah. Some people did, like, they were like, I wanna create like an art display with these covers and put them on my wall. So they went and got all the covers. And it looks
totally get it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But if you're getting them and putting them in a bin,
right.
I don't know. That's where I struggle with. Like, I like the art on the cover, but if I'm not putting it up on the wall,
if you're not going to display it for everybody,
right? Like, so we only find them when they're dead books up on the wall there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Something
nice.
Oh, nice.
There. So I'm trying to like build like a display of art from.
What do you have them connected to the wall with?
They're in top loaders, and then I just have like push pins. So the top loader's protecting them, and then the push pins keeping that secure in the wall.
Okay. Looks good.
I've looked at some other ways of doing it. They sell these like unfolds, and you can put like, I don't know, 16 books or something in it, but it doesn't look safe for the books. So
that's pretty important.
Right. So I figure top loaders is a good solution. I want to do like, I'd love to just have like shelves or something like, but it's a lot more work.
Yeah, some of those ones where you get like snap them, they don't seem like they secure it very well. So
no, yeah, I think those are the ones I'm talking about. And like I have 2 shelves here with some of the books.
Oh, nice.
But, like, and then if you do that, you have to figure out, do you want to space them for comics or for slabs? Because that's different.
Yeah, I definitely like and that's what I'm trying to get away from. I'm trying to get like, okay, what do I want? I always say collect what I like. I sometimes throw in a book that I'm like, is this going to be hot? And maybe I can sell this down the line and help pay for me buying the books that I like. But at the same time, is that worth it? Because those don't always play out.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So he ordered I think the Alex Ross covers for $250 each.
Nice.
That's not bad. There you go. That's the way to get them.
It's pretty funny that you have two people that don't know much about the new stuff on your final order cutoff show.
I mean, we were the winners, so we're obligated. But
no, it's great because it gets like I'm looking at this stuff every week, right? Paying attention to all this stuff, so that's like my head's in it, right?
Sweet.
But
yeah,
you guys are.
That's why I wanted to jump on because I was like, you know what? I'll go straight to the source. Like, we're gonna try something new this week. So
Yeah,
well,
you guys are outside of that, so you bring that outside perspective of like, man, what are you doing? Like recommending this? This, like, this is another like I said, of it's Avengers still. It's the same story. Cool cover. They're doing a series of Black History Month covers, but it's just a cover. If you're not reading the story and it's not, your favorite artist, this is Sousa. I don't know. They got a connecting cover for it also. Just everyone's turned into the Phoenix, which, again, awesome cover.
That's pretty cool.
But I guess if you're a Cap fan, but and this I don't even know what to say about this one. Avengers Mech Strike.
Oh no.
All of the Avengers are like turning into. They got mechs. I don't.
Upset. Unplug. I'm upset right now. We need to.
Yeah.
That seems like some '90s stuff. Am I out of my depth here? Wasn't that a whole '90s thing? The mech,
right?
Deal. That's something.
Yeah. Chip saying for displaying and kind of setting up shelves, get the J channels from Home Depot, which I've seen people do that. And I think you have to get that lined up perfect to make that go well. But if you do it right, it looks great.
Never even heard of them. I'll have to check them out.
Hey, Six Face, what's up?
If you want, you can just have giant stacks on your table that you just.
I also use Well, how about I remove the comment first? These you can use these for displaying like on your desk, or you can turn it the other way and hang something on the wall. So pretty versatile display kind of thing. I don't remember what they're called, but if you Google like comic display or something like that on Amazon, it'll pop up. But yeah, I don't know what to say about this Comic-Con. It's not for a video game. This is people saying, let's do something crazy. But unless like when they say Avengers Assemble, they form a giant mech.
Oh wow. Like a Power Rangers Voltron thing.
Like a Voltron, right?
Yeah.
Like if they don't do that in this series, they've messed up. They messed up big time. That's the only potential redeeming thing that they could do here.
Right. Excuse me for a second, guys. I'll be right back.
All right.
Flex.
Oh. His camera did not turn. Oh, he just muted himself. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's not a bad thought, Hyper. They're gonna milk this for some toys. But
I didn't even think about that.
I'm done with that. I'm not even gonna show off the. Oh wait, hey, there's a toy variant. Yeah, so I think Hyper's right. This is for toys. All right. This was one of Azores Tiger's picks last night. Hellions #9 is a pretty cool cover.
Oh, that's cool.
Is that like Infinity cover? I know nothing about what's happening right now with the X-Men. This is a Mr. Sinister story, so people are kind of getting hyped up for him potentially coming into the MCU. There's lots of spec on that. I don't know, I feel like Hulk's got to get the biggest mech, right? Like, unless it's Banner instead of Hulk. Then
I was just thinking about that. Like, how much stronger do these guys have to get where they need mech suits?
right? Like, how do you make the Hulk stronger?
Yeah, Hulk doesn't need a mech suit. Or
Hey,
Thor.
Rock City, what's up?
What's going on, Rock City?
Rock City is he's my director of photography. So anytime we do any adjustments in the studio, he's the guy who I go to.
Nice. That's pretty cool. He's been in a couple of my live streams the last like month or so.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I think I met him maybe during one of Newbie Comics shows. I don't remember. There's so many YouTube things going on.
Right?
What do we got? Immortal Hulk 43. So we're getting close to the end of this run. It's going to go to issue 50, and then that's it. But I stopped reading this around issue 20, 25, somewhere in there. But I've heard the story's still been great. It's Al Ewing doing the writing, and then Ross on the main covers, and Bennett's been doing these homage covers that have been pretty cool.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about the Immortal Hulk, but I haven't read any.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a alien variant here. I've only picked up 2 of those. One was the Venom and the alien looking at each other, which was really cool.
Oh, I saw that. That was cool.
Yeah, like the art on that was great. I'm not even that big into Alien Predator, any of that stuff.
I'm not either. I couldn't help but think, did this pop in your head when you saw that cover? Like, my first thought with Venom and the alien looking at each other was Venom would smoke that alien like quick, right? I mean,
oh yeah.
If Sigourney Weaver can hang with these guys, I'm sure Venom can handle himself all right.
Yeah, I had I actually just got the a slab for the Aliens vs Predator, the original.
Nice.
And on the cover, it just shows like one Predator and one alien, and then on the back they show Predator with like 3 aliens. And I was like, yeah, it's a little more appropriate. Like let's stack up the aliens. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You have to have an army of them. You know what I mean? To really.
Yeah.
Not that I can take one out, but I mean Venom or a superhero. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And we got King in Black Knight. So this is a one shot. I think, so we got 3 covers. Says is the artist on that one. That looks kind of cool, but I want to highlight this one. Benjamin Sue did the art on it. It's got Black Knight with Arrow and Swordmaster with Null looking creepy in the background. So I think, so I've been getting most of the tie-ins to King in Black. I've cut back because I know some of them I'm just not going to like. But I want to read this one. I keep wanting a good Black Knight story, like a modern Black Knight story, but he hasn't shown up anywhere. So
when was the last time he had one?
He had a series in 2015, I want to say, or 2016. It was just after the Secret Wars event. Because that was around, I started collecting right before Secret Wars. And then when everything reset, I was like, well, let me check out all these number ones just to see. It was okay. And I dropped it, I think, at issue 2. But with him coming into the MCU, I think they need to write a good Black Knight story to make people interested in him. So hopefully this is something that maybe after the King in Black ends, we'll get some more of the Black Knight. He had appearances also in Symbiote Spider-Man, which is a tie-in to King in Black. The reason I picked that cover, though, also because it's highlighting these 2 new younger characters, and down the line, people are going to speculate on the young characters, of course, trying to bring them into the MCU and all that. So The other cool tie-in I think we got going on here is Gwenom versus Carnage. And we've got MJ as Carnage here. And, Gwen Stacy obviously is Gwenom. So, but I'm wondering, is it going to be like 616 MJ? Is that what's going to happen? Or I don't know what they're going to do. They've been kind of teasing, I think, over time recently of MJ becoming Carnage. But
Really?
Like they've done some covers.
Huh.
Never in not in story, not in anything else, but they've done some covers of Mary Jane as Carnage, and people liked those covers. So now I'm wondering if that influenced them to make it happen.
Now push came to shove, you got to give us something.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's how we have Gwenpool.
Yeah, that's
People
true.
love that cover, and soon enough, there she is. What's up, Ruben? How you doing? But yeah, I don't know. That's another tie-in that I'm reading. There's a variant we don't have cover art for yet. There's a Marauders tie-in. I'm not picking that one up. I'm not really reading X-Men books, so I did love the Marauders for the first little bit, and then I dropped that series when the X of Swords event hit because I didn't want to read 22 issues of books I wasn't reading. But that's that's the issue with some of these modern stuff. It's you get all these tie-ins and all that. So I kind of wish I was doing more like what you're doing and just getting those older things, because you don't have to worry about what ties into this piece. It's just here's the story.
Yeah. Well, and when you talk about how people, everybody collects differently, and that's just how, I mean. There was at some point I was like, you know what? I love Thor. I want to pick up some Silver Age Thor. I never thought I'd ever own it, and so now I'm picking up pieces, and so the last year and a half, that's kind of been a little more focus on me is picking up some of the older stuff. So
yeah,
but still, you hear so much about what's going on right now, and so it's hard to find a place, I guess, for somebody new. And it's weird because it's not that I'm new to collecting, but I guess I'd be new for something more modern. But it's hard to find a hard point where you can start and then go on from there. And so I was like, I'll reach out and we'll see where we land, because I'm definitely interested in it. So
yeah, I mean, I'd say if you're trying to get a variety, pick up something that you like from each publisher or something. Just pick up a number one. That fits kind of get that variety of stuff, and then if you like it, keep it going. If you don't, drop it. That. I mean, that's if I read something I medium no. So there was a tie-in to King in Black that was for Namor,
mm-hmm.
And
I've heard about it.
I didn't even leave the shop with it. My shop was I understand if you don't want to I was all right, cool. It's going back on the shelf.
That is funny.
I picked up King in Black 1. I didn't have any of the lead up, no Venoms, no nothing. That was amazing. I picked that 2, but I'm not doing any of the what do you
And I don't think you have to.
Spin-offs or whatever.
You can read that main storyline and
it's an amazing story. Right from straight out the gate, that thing got you glued to it. It's fantastic.
Hey, Sean. Yeah, no. So I mean, this series, the Valkyries seems though issue 1 story wise was kind of iffy. I think payout on this one's going to be good, or payoff, not payout. I think by the end it's going to be good because we're dealing with the Sentry's soul. And Jane Foster as Valkyrie is trying to usher him to Valhalla, but then some stuff goes on and she loses him and finds essentially it looks like the Valkyrie that we get in the MCU. Tessa Thompson's character
From Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Wait, so Jane Foster is taking over as Thor, and in the comics, she's a Valkyrie right now.
After she was Thor in the comics, she became Valkyrie. So all the other Valkyries had died, or something like that, and so it got passed to her.
She's got a heck of a resume going.
Yeah. Like she beat cancer also in there somewhere.
Oh, there you go. Word up.
So, yeah, pretty cool. Actually, I think she died and went to Valhalla and then became Valkyrie and came back or something. I kind of lost something in the middle there of what was going on. I was reading a little bit of Thor and then I think I fell off of it. So that's what happens.
It's like a soap opera.
So we just had Shang-Chi #1, right? So now we have Legend of Shang-Chi #1. Marvel with their...
It's more legendary now.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know if this is like continuing after that or
All
what.
you losers who didn't pick up the legendary version.
I mean, this looks pretty legendary. Not gonna
It
lie.
does. It does.
But I've never read a single like Shang-Chi book. So I'm probably not gonna start. I'll watch the Shang-Chi movie because it's gonna be pretty cool. We're probably gonna get Iron Fist in that. That's gonna bring something tying into the rest of the MCU. But I can't read it. Looks cool, but can't read it. This was supposed to come out. I don't even know when now. I think this was March 2020 or something. I don't get though why. So it's the die cut cover there. Where's the rest of the book? Unless die cut cover got put on a different order. What's happening in it is classified.
I'm pretty sure Nonstop Spider-Man is the first adults-only Spider-Man comic. He's known for his stamina.
Oh my
Mary
god!
Jane fan, don't get it.
Jane doesn't have as many superhero iterations as Gwen Stacy yet. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know what's going on with this. I think I'll pick up issue 1 and read it because I'm a Spider-Man guy. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen if it's worth it. It's supposed to be nonstop action is what I thought they advertised it as.
That still fits the adults only.
I don't deny that. We got Star Wars 11. We've got the Max Rebo action figure cover.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Looks like somebody made something out of Play-Doh and then left it in the sun and it melted.
I mean, that's what he looked like in the original movies. So
I just saw the action figure.
He's a looker.
Yeah, there's a Empire Strikes Back variant, and we've got High Republic #2. So obviously, this is a book that's gonna get speculated on and is gonna fly off the shelves, just like issue #1. They're gonna buy the first couple of these probably just to people are gonna be like, oh, make sure I get my. Oh, so there's no ratio. I thought there was a ratio for this. Let me see. There's also a third print variant, but that might be on next week's FOC because it comes out the week after, it looks like. We'll see just a second. I'm thinking there's only cover A. I don't know if anybody in the chat also is aware, but it looks like there is just a cover A, unless that's it right there. Here we go. There's a 1 in 25. Star Wars High Republic #2, Witter variant. Looks like we don't have any cover art for that yet, though.
It doesn't matter what it is.
I mean, it's gonna be hot.
Yeah, it's just, black cover, nothing on it. Everybody.
Yeah. Star Wars 11 has a Dan Mora 1 in 25 variant also. And then just to see for completeness sake, I don't think there's a 1 in 10 then. So it's just the 1 in 25.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt. I got to take off, but thank you so much for letting me come hang out, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you hopping on and hanging out.
Super appreciate it.
Be sure to check out the rest of the day's shows.
Oh, for sure. You know me, I'll be popping in and out and whatever. But Remy, nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you too, man. Yeah.
And, yeah, see you guys in the chat later.
So Hyper saying in the chat, he believes there's a 1 in 10, but then he said, I think that's for the High Republic Adventures. So I think you're right there. It's the High Republic Adventures has the 1 in 10, and then this one has the 1 in 25. This book, I highly recommend this series also. Strange Academy. Probably have to get the trade paperback to read the first arc. But I like it. Once I picked it up for the first time when I moved to New Orleans over the summer, and it's set in New Orleans. So I thought that was pretty cool. But it's these, we got 11 new characters in issue #1. Emily Bright's been a pretty cool character. Doyle Dormammu, the illegitimate child of Dormammu, is in this. We've got like some Asgardians. We've got an ice giant. We've got zombie voodoo person. So we got this like crazy cast of characters, and they're at this magic school. So I like it. Scotty Young's writing it, and Ramos is on the art, and it's been great.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, hey, Jay Ramirez. What's going on? Thanks, Hyper, for sending them over here. But yeah, so I really like this one. So we're on issue 8 now. There's always been a Art Adams character spotlight variant, which is really cool art. I really like what he does. And then there's usually some other variant, and we've got a Ramos Mardi Gras variant. So that's pretty cool. But again, no art yet.
Mm.
And apparently the students of Strange Academy are going on a field trip to space, uncovering a magical artifact with Rocket and Groot. So I'm already sold on the series, but that issue is going to be pretty cool. I don't believe we're getting another ratio variant for this, but let me check. No. Hey, but now I found the Star Wars 1 in 25. So there you go. Venom's got issue 33 coming out. Of course, tying into King in Black and what's going on there. Pretty cool cover A. There's a Stegman cover that they haven't released the art for. I believe there's like a 1 in 100, which is going to be. It's always like a sketch version of Stegman's cover. Mm-hmm. So I've stopped picking up those. Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming. X Factor, we were talking about this one last night on Spine Ticks. So I really had no idea what I think his name's iBoy, what his powers are. I guess all of his different eyes can give him all these different like vision abilities, like infrared, X-ray. He can see like really well peripherally, like microscopic view, telescopic view. on all these different things. But I think he's been around for a while, but he's part of the X Factor team. And it's kind of like a they look into like all the mutant deaths to make sure that they're actually dead before they bring them back, because they have this whole revival process now with the X-Men. I don't know if you've heard any of like the story of what's been going on with like the whole House of X thing and Krakoa.
Mm-hmm.
That they got this whole like group that can now bring back any mutant that's died. It's kind of wild. Super peripheral. He leaves. He's still in the chat. I like it. So moving on from Marvel, I'm not reading anything from Dynamite. They're doing more of the Dynamite series is like the crossover with like Vampirella, Red Sonja. I think there's like one or two others, but now they did a series with that, and now they're doing some one shots.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have much else to add. A lot of people buy those for the covers.
I've seen a lot of those covers,
or like the cosplay covers
yeah.
Some people go and get because, you know. What else is in here? Sonja Versal. So I guess we got a Sonja verse, Red Sonja verse. Issue number 1. Again, I don't know anything about that too much. We got some more Vampirella. Looks like a lot of Valentine's one-shots. So Dynamite goes all in on like the extra covers and everything. Hey, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Yeah, X Factor, like the CSI of Krakoa. This person just had to age restrict this show. Oh man. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, Boom.
I was gonna say, then Boom with their hidden books.
Yeah, and so the other thing, and I had this idea last night when we were talking about these books, wherever they went, like Luna. So if you look, let me scroll this back up while that loads. If you look at who it says is doing it, it says Boom Entertainment, not Boom Studios, not their other imprint Boom Box, but Boom Entertainment. And so my thought then was, does that mean that this has already been optioned, or this is their department that's like simultaneously working on a comic while working on making it a TV show or a movie or some other medium?
Yeah.
And on the other book, which I haven't talked about yet, no, that's not going to happen. Maybe the crowd surfing, but yeah. So I don't know if this means that these are going to be optioned. We'll see them in another setting or not, but it's an interesting thought to keep in mind.
It definitely could be the reason why they have it separate too.
Yeah, I can't figure out why else would they not, like, most of the time Boom's stuff is in this area, you know, it's in here, but that,
look it up, see if there's anything. That's crazy.
Yeah. So this is the area where like you kind of sometimes find a hidden gem of a book, maybe a cool indie story that gets thrown, you know, under the radar because it's jam packed in here. I know some people like The Frost Giant's Daughter. Dan Panosian's doing that, or that cover at least. What else we got hiding in here? Some really random things get thrown in here, like some like signed comics.
Nice.
Sometimes it'll be like, oh, CGC 98, and I'm like, what? When does Diamond sell them like Doesn't make any sense. I don't know anything about most of these stories from Absolute Comics Group.
Dual Identity. Yeah.
You got Dual Identity, First Defense. I think a lot of these started out kind of like as a Kickstarter because there's that White Widow I remember started that way. And I think I got like one issue of that at one point, but it was okay. Someone was saying something about this book, Gold Digger. But I don't remember who it was. I was watching somebody's show, and it's I don't know. I don't really got any information on it, but it's on issue number 280, and I've never even heard of it. It's like them mentioning it brought it to my attention.
280, they've got to be doing something with them.
Right, like how? Okay, so it's almost 300. Yeah, like what's it's going? It's got to have a fan base.
Maybe that's the one that got away. That's the one that none of us know anything about, and it really is the greatest story of all time.
Right. Okay. We got some people in the chat talking about maybe some name changes and a combo of what's going on there. Okay. So maybe these were originally ideas under Archaea Entertainment, which I don't have it around me, but there was The Magicians. Do you remember that book and then that like TV series?
Mm-hmm.
So they did some comics for that, and it was under Archaea Entertainment, but it was Boom. So that's probably what that Boom Entertainment then is. Where the hell were they? This is like that Solid Blood. You know, they started with the real late numbering. There's the comment. Yep. This is another Solid Blood 17. Last Witch #1 from Boom got a second print. I like this story. It's slightly geared for, I think, a younger audience because it actually has the Boombox imprint label on it. Let's see. I probably have it sitting next to me because I just haven't put that one away yet. But
there is a lot of Gold Digger out there.
There's a lot of Gold Diggers out there.
Yeah, it's real. It definitely is real. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I can't get this to show up right, but Boombox. So usually Boombox is targeted for their younger audience, but it's like a fun, light fantasy read. So far, it seems like there's going to be a little bit of creepiness in the woods or something, but supposedly there's like a witch out there in the woods.
Nice.
But so it got a second print, so that's kind of cool. I don't think I'm going to pick up the second print. I'm mainly getting this one to read. But yeah, the Luna we talked about earlier.
Yeah, and I am excited about that one. I think that's cool.
I'm looking forward to this. There is, for completeness sake, there's a 1 in 25, which I think is just a virgin cover of the Frizen cover, which I love her art, so I'm probably going to get that. And that's it. There's other things in here which I don't know. Like this is on issue 2, and I don't remember seeing issue 1. But these are some of those, like it's Absolute Comic Group. Some of these things I miss because they're. I wish Diamond's website like sorted these out better. But I think that's because they're not like the premier publishers or something. Like certain publishers get priority status.
These are the leftovers. I got you.
Right. They're not their premier publishers. So kind of got to search and hunt and try to find the good stuff in here. This is a new one from Aftershock, Maniac of New York, #1. We got us talking about a slasher stalking New York City. So it sounds like a thriller kind of book. Frightening, thought-provoking, sometimes funny, always timely tale of murder, obsession, and urban living. Could be good.
Yeah.
I might not pick it up, but it could be good, honestly. There's so many new things coming out that I'm like, I want to read this, and I've thrown some of them onto my pull list already because I just saw the preview and I was like, wow, this is my kind of story.
Well, and you know what though? I mean, that's what you see. Like folks, I mean, especially on here, like they'll have a pull list and it's huge. You know what I mean? You're picking up so many books each week. It's like, how do you navigate? You know, which ones you really want to go after? So
yeah,
it's crazy.
Boom Boom Room is targeted for the older audience. Yeah, that prison covers fire. It's a joke. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've moved. I read one DC book. I read Batman because James Tynion writes it. I read a handful of Marvel titles, and then like the rest of my pool is like it's all indie. Because there's so many good stories, and that's where my collection and collecting has gone. Is like I want the story.
Seems like a lot of the good stories are coming from the indie titles. It's like that's kind of just where it gravitates to. It's like your big companies, you go there for the loyalty of the characters, you know, just because you like Batman. So you're always going to like Batman and you kind of want to see what he's doing. But, you know, when you're looking for something new, they haven't like branched out into these other, you know, genres of books. So that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. And like I read Spider-Man because Spider-Man's my character. Same with Venom. Like those two are my Marvel characters, and I'll read everything that they're doing. I've got a couple other, like I love Groot, so I'm picking up Guardians of the Galaxy. Daredevil I'm reading because it's been an amazing story from Chip Zdarsky. But like, you know, there's some in there that I'm like, do I need to keep this because it's not one of my top characters? Story's good, but it's not like a whole new world. You know, it's not like, it's not, we're not getting that creative content like we get from the indies. So I don't know. I got to really look at it. Stillwater's been excellent. I didn't read that Texas Blood. I've heard good things. What was I going to say? Vault been doing some cool books recently too. I Walk with Monsters. That's one I recommend. It's only 2 issues in right now. Giga is also only 2 issues in from Vault. So Vault, I Walk with Monsters is kind of a creepy horror vibe. The friend that she's with seems to be able to turn into some sort of monster. We haven't found out why or how.
Oh, nice.
And there's some like intrigue about what her father did when they were younger and where her brother went. And there's this like creepy politician guy that like when you see him for the first time, his face is like swirled out with this like red thing. Like so something weird and mystical is going on there too. And then Giga is like, there's like these sentient like mech kind of creatures. I think they were aliens, and they like there was some like war that was fought or something, and then they like essentially some of them like laid down and they became cities for the people. And this whole like interesting thing about like how that came to be, and like there's this like religious order for the mechs and all this. So it's a pretty cool thing. But it's still 2 issues, so it's Vault. Both of those they've done. Autumnal was another good one that they put out. Just like, yeah. So I've just been eating up these indie stories recently because I love what's going on there. So this is the other Boom book that I think this is going to be a Boom box book, but I could be wrong. Just seems like it might be just based off the description. But for fans of supernatural stories like Blackbird and Vampironica comes a new series from Bowen McCurdy and rising star Caitlin Musto, introducing the Spectre and Spectres who live that Scooby-Doo life chasing ghosts. So like the first part, Blackbird and Vampironica, I don't necessarily think that's aiming for kids, but then Spectre and Spectres living that Scooby-Doo life chasing ghosts. Sounds targeted to younger kids. That's yeah. So I don't know. It's seems like it'll be a cool story. I'm gonna read it. Everything Boom puts out, unless it's linked to like an intellectual property like Power Rangers, I'm not reading that. I forget what they're doing. Something else that's linked to something. Firefly, Buffy, like those properties. I don't read those, even though I liked Firefly. Just I can't add that in. And then like I think there was an Amazon sci-fi show that they also did that.
They've taken everything. It seems like. I mean, they've got the rights to like all these things now.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome. I love that they're able to do this. This is a cool cover for this one, and then Mirka and Dolfo did, I want to say, the 1 in 10. Nope, 1 in 10's that one. This should be Mirka and Dolfo. Yeah, that's a pretty cool cover. But this is one that's like, all right, so now I'm like, I've got 5 new series that I want to start. I can't go down that rabbit hole of getting all that art. What's up, Rudy? Rude Dog's in the house. So we're almost done. We got to finish in 3 minutes because in 3 minutes, Comics Talk Weekly starts. I don't want to overlap him. I want to be able to send everybody over to him. But I don't think I had anything else down here that I wanted to talk about. No. So that is all there. And I think this was, I was just using that tab. So let me stop sharing that. There we go. So I guess let's wrap it up and send everyone over to Comics Talk Weekly. What do you got going on your channel?
I am waiting for packages to show up. I've got a lot of AOKs going out, and that's about it.
Nice.
So, yeah, trying to get to
the postal service.
Yeah, it's shut everything down, and then everything's kind of flooding in. So,
yeah.
But hey, I appreciate you having me on, man. This was a lot of fun. Again, it's very informative, and I am definitely going to head out, and I'll have to pick up some new stories, and I'll catch up with you, and we'll see what we got. Yeah,
sounds good. If you have more questions about them, shoot me a message on ID.
Absolutely.
But thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks a lot, man.
See ya. So everyone in the chat, down below is the link to Comics Talk Weekly's channel. So go on over there and go join me in the chat there and watching Phil's show. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me for the last 2 hours, listening to what's coming up on the final order cutoff. And I appreciate all of you guys for the support that you guys have shown this channel, the subscriptions, all of that. We're getting close to 300 subs now. We just hit 250, did the 250 giveaway. One thing to look out for, I'll be doing a review for the comic clearboards. Got to do some editing, but I'll probably go up tonight or tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. And I'll see you guys in the chat.